In this segment, I'm going to take a look at how you can move and turn on or off all of the toolbars that are found on the Digitizer workspace. So first of all, why don't we just zoom in a little bit to the workspace, and I'll show, I guess first of all I'm going to show we have a lot of toolbars, and I've set the toolbars in locations that are comfortable to me, and that's something that each user of Digitizer can control on their work environment. So I guess just as an example, why don't I zoom in really closely over top of this menu right here. So this has got my resequence tool, my color chart tool, and the embroidery gallery tool. And you'll notice right here on the side of this tool, of the toolbar, if I zoom over to the edge of it, I get a multi-directional arrow. And when I have the multi-directional arrow, if I click and drag, I can move this toolbar. And as I move it, for example, if I move it up, it'll create a new space for toolbars. If I move it over and then up some more, it'll change it to a different location. So I can place this toolbar on any place that I like. I can even move it off of the desktop workspace and make it be a floating toolbar. So see, I've just set that toolbar there, and I could even grab and make a few of them floating. So there's my alignment toolbar. Here's my easy layout toolbar. Here's my combine toolbar, and it tells me right here, combine, that's the combine toolbar, that's the easy layout toolbar, that's the alignment toolbar. And so you get to decide the location of your toolbars, and you can also close toolbars. So if there's a toolbar that you don't use very often, for example, the machine toolbar here, if I move that one down, so the machine status toolbar, if you're not connected to an embroidery machine, you may just simply like to close that toolbar and not use it altogether. And so when you close a toolbar, it goes away. Now, once you close a toolbar, so I'm going to close a whole bunch of toolbars, and you may inadvertently close a toolbar that you didn't mean to. Now, you can easily bring those toolbars back, and there's two ways to do it. You can look under the View drop-down menu for the option for toolbars, and then it brings up your list of all of your toolbars. So for example, it shows me the toolbars that I currently have open with a check mark on them, and it shows me the toolbars that I don't have open because there's no check mark, but all of the toolbars are here. So there's the machine status toolbar, the easy layout toolbar, the Docker toolbar, combine toolbar, the alignment toolbar, and if I just click on this again, it'll turn that toolbar back open, and it will put it wherever the last known location was. So if I want to bring my alignment tool back down and put it down here in my toolbars, I can do that. Now, let's see, for example, another way that you can access those toolbars is just to mouse over top of an empty PC or desktop and right-click. And that will bring you up the list of toolbars. So I'll turn on my combine toolbar, right-click, turn on my Docker toolbar, right-click, turn on my easy layout toolbar, right-click, turn on my machine status toolbar, and then I can go ahead and put all of those things back to wherever I like them. And again, it's completely up to us. So if I like my Docker toolbar down here, I can create a new toolbar for it. I actually prefer the thread toolbar to be on the bottom like this, and I'll put my combine toolbar right here. It's just a little bit of sort of moving around until you get them where you like them. And I put them all away. So you click and drag to move them to wherever you want. Now, one more thing about toolbars before I move on is the resequence toolbar. So this toolbar, the Docker toolbar, it's sort of like a turn on off button. So for example, if I click on this, it hides my resequence bar. If I click on it again, it shows my resequence bar. If I click on the color Docker, hides my color chart, turn it back on, shows my color chart. And you can have your, I put my color chart along the bottom. You may want to have your color chart be a free floating color chart. That's entirely up to you. And if you close it, no problem. Right click on your desktop and turn it back on again. So this is how you can turn them on and off quickly. And the other one is the embroidery album or embroidery gallery on off. So that's a Docker, this little button here. So what I wanted to show you, one last thing about the customizing your desktop, is on the Resequence toolbar here. If you look very closely, you can see here there's a small push pin, and that says Auto Hide. And if I go ahead and click on that, you'll see what happens. It put my Resequence toolbar as a small tab on the right hand side, which is nice because it gives me the largest amount of workspace. Now if I mouse over that Resequence tab, you'll notice that it flies open and it shows me the information in the Resequence toolbar. And then if I mouse off of there, then it will just simply roll up and go away again. So that's another way that you can minimize this toolbar. Now, if I click on that Resequence toolbar and I want to make it remain open as it was originally, I can go back to that little push pin, click on it again, and that will stick it back to the desktop and keeps it open on your workspace. And of course, you still have the ability with your Resequence tool to open it or close it. Sorry, open it or close it. So that's the ability to customize your workspace. You can put all of the toolbars anywhere that they feel the most appropriate to you and gives you, I guess, the largest amount of workspace available with the least amount of overlapping on your toolbars.